Hey everybody, Ben here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for showing up for yourself each and every day. So if you hear from the short, you already have a backstory. If not, our word was nerve. This came through strong two different ways, but it could really fit in a lot of different ways. And we're looking at like anxiety, worrywart, or maybe we complain a lot on a lot of different things. Obviously, this is going to be a pretty straightforward message, pretty blunt. uh, we'd have to want to change our behavior if we want to watch. Otherwise, we're just going to get annoyed. And with the supporting angel number card of turn the page. So move on to the next thing, completion, finish line, ending, full circle, starting over. And that is like if I'm a worrywart, if I have anxiety and I'm worried about something, once I get that contained or controlled, or I have the confirmation that everything's going to be fine, I'm going to find something else to worry about because that's the state I'm in. And once I get everything under control in my experience, maybe I start to worry about things in other people's lives. And if I get that under control, where that's not really a thing in my life, then I go to society in general and I keep picking up things to worry. If it's just in my life and I have everything under control, I start to pick at things and find things and make them extreme in my mind because it is this way of me indirectly creating control over something that I can't contain. And again, like I said, then it ripples out into other experiences, other people's experiences, I should say, when I have control over everything else. Do we like that state of mind? Indirectly, we probably do because it gives us a sense of safety and control over things that we are afraid of. You can look at that other aspect of it's coming through like the nerve of somebody and it's complaining. And when we control everything to satisfy us in our experience, uh, or control people in our experience to satisfy that, then we can step into other people's lives and complain about, you know, work, coworkers, friends, family, society in general. What is that giving us through that complaining? What the same thing with the worry. That's more or less connected to safety. And the turn the pages is just moving on to the next thing. That's where the message is kind of calling us out on saying, hey, we can find this as a problem, whether it's a scary situation in the anxiety aspect or complaining in the other one. We are gravitating to it. We do something or we solve it, and where's the next thing? What can I do next? What can I worry about? What can I complain about? Uh, I don't know. I can't really speak for complainers to think, do they are they satisfied when it's justifiable, or like when it's justified in their mind? When we go to the anxiety aspect or the worry word, uh, once that is contained, are we satisfied? Is it like this blimp of air? I don't know where I was going with that. Where I lost my track there. Turn the page, move on to the next thing. Uh, we're just going to leave it there. We'll dive deeper. Obviously, there's a way to get rid of it. Oh, I was going to say, do we like it? That's what it was. Do we like it? I would imagine the anxiety and the worry words probably don't enjoy that. They don't enjoy being on edge all the time and having to worry about that. And uh, obviously, it's connected to something we picked up along the way. It's connected to a wound or a trauma of not feeling safe, and we control things to feel safe out of fear. Going back to the complainer, that's where I was trying to speak on of, uh, do they want to let go of that? Do they like doing that? Do they like always being negative? Do they like being everything's a problem? I'm sure deep down inside, they probably don't enjoy it, but they've probably been doing it for so long that they don't know any better. And it's just who they are. It's what they do. And it's just that. But can they be happy? Do they want to be happy? Do they want to have a reason to smile? Or if they do they even like allow themselves to uh, enjoy that? That's a question for them. I don't know. Ten of Pentacles reversed. Family dispute. In either one of these scenarios, whatever it is so far out of reach. The constant complainer, well, nothing's ever going to be good enough. Nothing is acceptable. I mean, it's never going to be okay. When can we get to a place to find it to be okay? What would satisfy? Why are we so disgusted or disgruntled about anything and everything in our space? We can look at that as ourselves. If we really want to dive in there and look at the mirror analogy, what is it that we are disgusted with by ourselves so much that we are constantly projecting that out into our experience to be reflected back? Same thing with the worrywart or anxiety. Uh, we will never have a moment to actually enjoy anything either because we are constantly worried. That fear is so deep of safety, clenching and controlling to stop the spiral of anything and everything to feel safe in our space. Ace of Wands reversed. Creative block. Um, both avenues here. Whether the anxiety driven one will never take a chance, will never risk anything. Uh, God forbid something could happen and we can't calm down because we're always on edge waiting for something to happen to take away. It's a very sad and depleting experience to, I should say, life to experience. Being on edge like that. Same thing with the Debbie Downer. Through that experience, uh, how could we have fun? How could we smile? How could we be happy? How could we do something creative and be satisfied with it? Uh, I mean, technically, we could have uh, dealt with that through childhood and identified with it and became the one that made us not good enough in the first place. Same thing with the worrywart. We pick these things up, and I hate to say it that way because then it's like placing the blame on something else, and we're not taking accountability for who we've become. But through that transition, yes, we can say this was put onto us. We picked it up. We were raised in it, and now we are embodying it. We are repeating that cycle. We're repeating that family cycle, if we will. But it is our job or our ability to change this. Maybe if we have children, do we want to dump that on them? Do we want to raise that in them as well and allow them to continue that cycle? Do we want them to live with that? I feel like at least the anxiety ridden one would be able to see that this is horrible to have to live this way if we see it. And I would hate for my children to have to live this way too. And there could be some strength to push through that. The Debbie Downer seems like a tough one to get through to because they're just so disgruntled. But if they actually took time to reflect and be like, you know what, I'm looking around at all these people that are happy and they disgust me because I want to be like that too. And we could make a transition there. So, Eight of Swords came out. It was first reversed, and then it went sideways, which is a better depiction. Self-defeated, and then liberation. We have the option at all times. We do. I'm not saying it's easy to let go of either one. We are in a self-imposed prison. This is our choice. Yesterday's word was attitude. What we do with our emotions, how we see things. We naturally blame. We blame everything out there for the way that we feel, but it's our choice to change that when we don't feel safe in ourselves. And this goes into both sides of that coin, the anxiety or the Debbie Downer. We don't feel safe to be happy, to see the light in something in the Debbie Downer. In the anxiety ridden one, we don't feel safe to let go, to feel like we're going to be okay. uh, we built that prison through experiences that yes did happen outside of us, and we identified with it. We at that younger age we didn't know any better. We couldn't have deciphered what to do. We were just trying to survive, and whatever took place we took in, and we got through that situation. At this state of life, however old we are, it is never too late to be free from whatever this is and how it is controlling ourselves. where we think it is. The Four of Pentacles reversed. Spiritualist. This is getting in touch with ourselves on a much, much deeper level. The material aspect, the other way of the card, is everything out here. It's all matter. It's life. It is how we perceive this experience. That these are the steps I go through. These are the experiences. This is what I have to deal with, and I just got to get to that grave. This is the pattern. Leaving that mindset for just a little bit, and just really start to look inside there and say, you know what? I really don't like living this way. Those people, this goes both ways as well. Those people that are happy out there that I see, I wish I could be like that. Whether I'm the Debbie Downer or the anxiety ridden one, I want that. I want to be able to feel what that feels like. And that is a choice. And we can get through there with some hard work. It's not going to be easy because we're going up against this wound that's inside of us, this fear that is manifested into a monster. And how do we feed that? Well, we don't get happy for the Debbie Downer, because that'll just be ripped from us in our mind from some point that we identified with that idea that I can't be happy because God forbid someone's going to take that away from me. Same thing with that anxiety ridden or the worrywart. If I let go and something happens, then something bad's going to happen, and it's going to have repercussions. And if I just would have had my hand in that, if I would have controlled that situation, this would have never happened. But what happens if I did let go and everything was okay? Well, that was probably just a fluke. How can we get into our mind and free ourselves? Probably going to do one last card here, because I don't know if anybody's still watching. Now we got two. Pages. Page of Wands reversed. Recklessness. Page of Cups reversed. Immaturity. Going up against this, we would be reckless. For the anxiety-ridden individual, we're letting go of control. It's the only thing that kept us safe up until this point. We're leaving it in the hands of who knows what we believe in, or ourselves, God forbid. That is extremely dangerous. The immaturity aspect comes from stepping into this new aspect of ourselves to release that. We've never experienced it. Maybe we've tried and it's backfired because we were so worried, and we indirectly projected that onto the situation, and it manifested into our worry as it was. Same thing with this Debbie Downer. I don't know how to smile. I don't know how to have fun. I don't know how to be happy. It's safer here because this is what I've experienced for all my life. And I like it here because I've been comfortable in my own misery. And leaving this space is extremely reckless, because when I want to cry, because when I think back to that time when I was happy as a child, and the repercussions of me smiling were so detrimental that I don't want to feel that again. So I'll just pick up this misery that was placed upon me and live my life like that. We can change. We can get through this. I know we can. I know you can, I should say. You can be free. And it's your choice to get there. I'm going to leave this here. If this resonated, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe. I will talk to y'all later.